worked again.
And all you have to do is kick it.
I just pumped it.
Reminds me of that welcoming show
Xbox.
on Disney Channel called the Kickin' It, starring Jason Ritters.
Yeah, nobody watched that.
Yeah, it was pretty shitty. It was starting the guy who was playing Miley Cyrus's brother on Hannah Montana. He like produced the show and directed it and starred in it. It was like his brainchild.
Remember That's So Raven, and then they had a spin-off called Cory in the House?
Yeah, and that like died off immediately. Hold on, I wanted to check to make sure something.
Or the fact that there was The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody, and then they changed it to The Sweet Life on Deck.
Mm-hmm. Which is pretty dumb.
I hated every show on the Disney Channel like that. Like, all those child sitcoms.
Yeah.
Every single one of them was so mind-bendingly horrendous.
Except iCarly, that was a good one.
That one was Nickelodeon, but that one sucked ass too.
Yeah,
It's on
that
Disney
one was
eventually.
awful.
That one was
I hated it so much.
awful. But it was slightly less awful than
Wow,
that
our
one.
web show is so popular. Why would it be? I wouldn't watch that shit. Would
No,
you watch that?
No advertising at all on some risky website that nobody's ever heard of. We got 300,000 views on our first episode.
How the fuck does that happen? We've been at this for like a fucking year and we only have 40 subscribers. I don't know, but I digress.
Are we recording right now?
No, we should have been, but I'm pausing and...
No, I mean, like, the thing is recording, though.
Yeah, it is recording,
You
I
should
guess.
say this little rant for later. But, like, my step-siblings watch that shit all the time. And those, like, all they watch is, like, the Disney Channel. Alright, when we start recording, I gotta not eat.
Welcome to the finale of Star Fox.
Welcome back, motherfuckers.
This part, we start in Venom Orbit. Like before. Some pretty cool
Venom.
bosses coming up. I'm really excited for
The
this.
finale
Made
Joel.
it this far.
The
It's
fin-
your fate to destroy. And
The finale Joel.
we're counting on you, Fox. Good luck.
We know you've done it. We know you've done it twice already, but do it a third time.
The third Venom was called Toxin.
So yeah, just like before, they're gonna throw all sorts of shit. And those giant missiles that are coming at me, they will split into a bunch of smaller missiles, so you really want to take them out.
Why?
But, oh my god, there's so many enemies all over the place, I love it.
Why?
Just constant destruction feels so great to shoot.
I love that band. Destruction's an awesome band.
Is that an actual band?
Yes, it is.
Of course, it's an actual band.
The
German death metal, perhaps?
They're a German thrash metal band.
Thrash metal, which is death metal without lyrics, right?
No, not even. Thrash
Okay,
metal.
what does that smell?
See, thrash metal is actually good. I'm not huge on death metal. Thrash metal is excellent.
What's the difference? Dare I ask?
Let's see. Thrash metal is that's really. So if anyone ever watches this, they're gonna yell at my definition. Thrash metal is like where they focus on the music, and the lyrics aren't about. I'll explain.
The lyrics are more minimalistic. It's more about like the primal rage.
It's all about playing as fast as hell, playing super fast, playing complex. Not exactly complex all the time, but it's more complex than death metal. And they have like really long guitar solos. Whereas death metal is where you get people growling like that's death metal and black metal. And death metal doesn't always have long guitar solos, especially black metal. But that's like the really evil stuff. Whereas thrash metal, they'll sing about anything.
Going to the supermarket.
I got one of my favorite songs by Metallica is like called Metal Militia, and that's all about just how metal as a genre is like taking over the world.
So fucking metal.
And that song is fast as fuck. Anyways.
Yeah.
In honor of the metal gods, we will talk like this for the rest of the hearing. Thrash metal is God.
Oh yeah. Slayer is like kind of one exception. They usually sing about satanic things, even though they are thrash metal.
Oh yeah, this
for
is
the most part.
So before we had Fantron, then we had the Metal Smasher. So this is the third semi-final boss for the third pathway, This is the Great Commander.
But that's boring.
There's 2 of them. Why?
Oh, they're all part of the same guy.
Oh my god, there's a 3rd one. Do they combine?
Yes, they do.
Oh my god.
And this
I
part's
want-
actually kind of cool because it kind of foreshadows old range mode from Star Fox 2 and 64.
Transform and combine. It's a
By our powers
Megazord.
combined, we are Captain Planet.
God, I haven't seen Captain Planet
Captain
forever.
Quark.
Captain Planet was one of those shows.
I never saw.
I
a
never-
single
I-
episode.
I've only seen a couple episodes because they were still playing it in the early 2000s when I watched it.
I saw a lot of it, but I never saw like the beginning or the end, so I have no idea how the series went.
Wasn't there like an
They're all-
episode where they talked about homosexuality?
I'm
What?
pretty sure it was a Christian show, so probably.
I never thought.
I don't think they said.
Oh wait, they did. It was about STDs, I think.
Oh,
What?
I think there was an episode like that.
When was this episode?
sorry about that loud banging noise.
What banging noise?
The one that came from behind us.
I doubt they heard it on the
Is
camera.
I
the-
didn't hear that either.
Everybody in this building seems to feel the need to let the door slam as loudly as frickin' possible.
They let it close behind them naturally.
Yeah, they should be closing it so it doesn't make noise. It'll be like 8:10 in the morning, and I will be asleep, and then the idiot next to me will slam the fucking door and wake me up. And then he'll do it like 5 more
Wait
times.
for it.
That was so loud, Michael.
I can hear it through the frickin' wall when I'm sleeping. But I digress. So
That's
the
why
great,
I-
one of the
I
problems
never
with the
did.
Great
Digress a
Commander.
lot.
I never
The
hear
problem with
people
this
do that.
with the
Me
Great
neither.
Commander is that
He's a dick.
he's a little hard to shoot. Because you gotta hit those little red flaps that come up.
It's funny. I opened up the door and there were like 3 people that walked by and heard your little rant.
Yeah. Awkward.
Oh, maybe if they hear, they won't be assholes.
No, that'll just
No,
make them bigger assholes.
you're the only entitled one here.
You completely misunderstand how people work.
Yeah. They,
Alright,
they
I
don't
beat
exi-
him.
they don't exist to please you, Michael.
I recommend using your putting your bombs to good use, because otherwise it can be pretty tough to hit those little flaps. This is what I meant when I said that.
Emulate Bomberman.
This is what I meant when I said that this game has a couple of those interesting little aging quirks. There are a couple of bosses in this game that are kind of hard to hit, and it's a little obnoxious sometimes. But at any rate, we are at Venom. Probably one of my all-time favorite final levels right here in any game.
Oh, excuse me. I didn't mean to do
Ooh, lightning. And now the things are moving back and forth.
Yep,
Fucking
and if you go in
fantastic.
the middle of, like, it's so crazy in this level just how many obstacles there are to dodge.
Look out.
Alright, so there's another shield.
that.
Don't get splattered.
Yep. Recommend using your boost and your brake to get around these things, if at all possible. Some of them will swing, some of them will fall.
They're all basically
Not too
douches.
hard to kill. And if you've got a level 3 laser, it's really easy to get rid of these red things that I don't know what they are.
Killers.
Yep, killers.
Marble columns.
Marble columns.
This is the place you gotta go if you want to get some marble columns.
Mocked cabbage.
Shit, God damn it.
Get lost, you fiend. And now it's dead. And now we're dead.
And now, and now we're
Oh my
dead.
god, the stairway to heaven.
Watch your am, Fox.
Fucks.
Watch your arm, Fox.
Well, Peppy, might
No
be you should
loading.
get the fuck out of the way.
No
Did you ever consider
loading.
that?
Watch
these
your
things-
arm, Fox.
So whichever direction those arrows are aiming, that's where the giant wall will go, and it'll swing into you and hurt you. So be careful.
It's confusing.
Plenty of laser power-ups. The final bosses are kind of tough, so you might want to take advantage of that if you can.
You're a hologram.
Again, like I said before, if
It's like
It's
Red
pretty-
Alert on the
it's like Red Alert
On the
from Mega
Virtual
Man
Boy.
X7.
Virtual Boy. Oh, Red Alarm on the Virtual Boy.
Yeah, that Star Fox ripoff.
The wire hanger.
Yeah, and like everything was like a wireframe, so you couldn't
Yes.
see where the fuck you were going.
This is like a half-finished game.
It was?
Well, pretty
Well,
much.
that,
I mean,
that would make sense, but I didn't know that for a fact.
I
until now.
don't think so. I think they just rushed it and they didn't feel like putting in any textures. So it just seems like it's unfinished. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. But nobody's really
Yeah.
nobody's
So
really
this
dying
would have
to
been
know.
the point. I mentioned that,
Interrupt.
Pigma.
Alright, finish up what you had to say then.
I don't even remember what I was trying to say. Go ahead. Go ahead.
The first
Asshole.
time... The first time
Fuck fart.
Oh.
Just shut up.
The first time I finished this difficulty, Peppy didn't make it, and that was the point back there where he got shot down.
And
That's
died.
all I wanted to say, but apparently that's too much.
We need to interrupt each other less. Because all of us are like trying to say something and then the next person...
Oh god, he's back.
Yep.
See what I was saying? The next person just interrupts.
It's the only way to get a word in edgewise, because none of you guys shut up.
It's mostly Michael.
Especially Michael.
Right, so the
And now
Commander.
he's splitting into 3 again. Oh god, he transformed again. No way. Deathbot mode!
So his weak point is a little flap on the front.
His dick?
Yep, his dick. Shoot his dick.
His schlong.
Shoot him in the
He
leg.
has done schlong. With the dong waffle cross tabulation.
Is he shooting bubbles at you?
He's shooting, yep, giant bowling balls.
Giant-
I think they're called metal balls. That's what it says in the credits, anyway.
They're brass balls. Haven't you ever played?
They look like
Brass balls, polished to the nth degree.
How much time is left?
It sounds kind of prancy.
Well, we're only about halfway through this part.
What the dick is the jump up?
Yeah, the finale's a little longer than the usual part.
My god, he
because
had a
it's
lot of those things.
Yeah. At this point, I don't realize
got a
that
lot
he's
of
actually
balls.
invincible. He'll start throwing tons of them at you, and then like eventually stop throwing as much. I almost get killed here, but luckily for me.
He's got a lot of balls. He's very ballsy.
Yeah, this phase of the boss is much easier to
His
hit.
balls are always shaking
Alright.
from the left and to the right.
So now he's gonna separate and regain some of his health. This part's much easier. Just shoot the head and he'll die.
What's the head?
That would be that thing that's swirling around. Alright,
The
now
thing that
he'll
doesn't
die.
look like a head at all.
Well, you mean that thing that has a nose and eyes? Yes.
Is the game over?
No, we
No.
still gotta beat Andros.
What the hell? Oh, Polygon Man?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, I saw one of the bowling balls up
Yeah.
there. I didn't notice
Dive,
that.
dive, man the helms.
What ball
dive,
bowling?
dive.
Yep. Oh, your choice of routes took me by surprise.
Your choice of routes took me by surprise. Your father was a reckless fighter too.
That's
That's
it.
so funny. Take the third path. That'll take him by surprise. They literally say, "Whoa, you really took me by surprise."
Dick move.
Dick move, Star Fox.
now,
dick move.
now let's play the game. How many obstacles can Michael run into? Jeez, that was a lot.
Yeah, really.
Yeah. I do beat him on my first try, though. Like I said.
Well, thanks for spoiling it.
Spoiler alert.
But
nobody
this will
cares.
be the Mark Cloud's last battle.
You moron and stuff.
And things. I, Star Fox, fight for things and stuff.
I'll fight your thing and stuff. He's becoming Kirby.
Ooh, is that a Black Rock shooter wall scroll?
Yes.
Ooh, that's so cool.
Nobody who will ever watch this will ever know what it is.
Except for the people that do, and they Google it right now and see what it is.
Dude, I never Google all the weird stuff you mention on the show I don't know about.
I never expected you to.
And why do you expect other people to do it?
Because we're telling them to.
Right. Look up Happy Puppies.
No.
No.
Yes, it's...
No.
Oh, I got some friends of mine to do that at work.
No.
At work, and I showed them, and
Shame.
they were like both laughing so hard they like couldn't even stand up. But they couldn't look away. They're like, stop, stop, and then it switched to the next picture, and then they're just like, they like couldn't breathe. They were laughing so hard. Oh, it was great.
That website is everything that is wrong with the world.
No, not even. Not even close.
Yes, it
If
is.
you want to see what's wrong with the world, go to a church.
God damn it, Ethan. Right, so he's got even more health in the second path, so you gotta really fucking shoot at him. And then this happens.
What's the difference between shooting and...
Oh my god, he turned into a panther.
What's the difference between shooting and fucking shooting? God, it's a gorilla.
A real gorilla!
It's a giraffe. It's a giraffe.
I always got more like a devil vibe
It's a cougar.
than a feline head vibe.
It's
It's a polygon man with feline head.
yeah, Polygon Man with feline head.
Would have been more terrifying if he turned into a dragon.
Alright,
It's a battery.
got it.
Is the game done?
Yep.
It's D-U-N done.
I beat the third pathway.
I did it. I beat it. I did it. I won.
Stop it.
I won. I
did this gag last time.
I did it.
Seriously,
I won.
It wasn't funny the first
Alright.
time.
I won.
It's not funny now.
You're just jealous because you didn't won.
You didn't win either.
I won.
Alright, so I want this to be silenced, because this is my favorite video game ending of all time.
I just cut the audio.
Well, okay, sure. I'm just telling you guys not to have anything you want heard in the video.
This is Cornelia, Pepper speaking. Congratulations on a job well done.
Roger. I'm heading back to Cornelia.
Alright, and then they show you like all the bosses you killed. It's kind of like a nice review of everything you've done. It really makes you feel like you've just accomplished something, and I like that.
Wow!
So yeah, that was Star Fox for the Super Nintendo. And I don't know, why don't we start with you guys? What are you guys... this is going to be going on for a while, so...
When are you gonna bring my Super Nintendo back?
I didn't realize you wanted it back.
I don't.
Well, I'll actually physically give it back to you, but I didn't know that you wanted me to return it to your room.
Oh, wait a minute. While you're formulating your opinion, I'm gonna go back here and pull out something.
Okay.
If you wanted to...
So, Cole,
if you want to practice up any of these things, or do a one-off.
Yeah, we can do a one-off of that.
Or this, or this.
The original.
Yep.
Shut up! Bleep that out.
Right, but at any rate, Cole, why don't we start with you? What did you think?
Solid B.
Solid B?
Yeah.
Alright.
I mean, it is an old game, so I have to give it a handicap.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, solid B.
Alright. I mean,
It's an interesting concept for me.
Would you give this a try in your own time sometime?
Absolutely not.
No?
No.
Why would that be? Just because you're not interested in retro, like Ethan and I?
Yes.
Okay.
Entirely for that sole reason.
But considering what it was for its time, what would you say about it? Like,
Pretty good for its time.
all right.
Do you have my Super Game Boy?
Yeah, I do.
Oh, that's where it went then.
Ethan, what about you?
Oh,
Yeah, it's your turn.
it's technically fantastic, technologically fantastic. I've never really played it myself. I just never felt like ever playing it. Honestly, not anything against it, but it looks frankly incredible.
Yeah. I mean, now that you've kind of seen some of it in action, would you maybe give this a shot sometime?
Probably not.
No?
I've seen the whole thing.
Well, there's a difference between... That's like saying that someone can watch The Last of Us and get the full experience, Ethan.
Yeah, but I feel like I wouldn't be very good at this game because it confuses me. Just watching it broke my mind a little bit. That and I just don't... Super Nintendo games aren't really up my alley.
Is that because every game on the Super Nintendo happens to be bad for you, or is that...
I just get bored when I play Super Nintendo games. I don't know why.
Right.
I'm not gonna say it's a bad game just because it doesn't really interest me that much. I'm saying it's a good game.
So what you saw, you felt that it was somewhat impressive for its time, but
Very impressive for its time.
it's still not something you go out of your way to play, just out of virtue that it just doesn't interest you in general.
Pretty much.
All right, that's fair. All right, as
You know,
for me,
that's the truth. I'm sorry, but I'm not gonna say I'm gonna go play it and then never play it. Even though this is my copy that we're looking at right now.
As for me, I freaking love this game. The first time I played it was just kind of on an emulator. I was just trying to... I'd played all the other Star Fox games at that point, and I was just kind of like, what did they do with the first one? Like, I see it referenced, like Ethan said he sees it referenced all the time, but I'd never actually played it. And I played through the first pathway, and I had so much fun with it that I just wanted to own it. And then, I don't know, I love all the creative levels. The controls and the gameplay are really simple, but they do a lot with it. Like, all the levels introduce something new, all the bosses are creative and have some sort of different strategy to take them out. The music is badass, the graphics look really neat for their time. It's just a lot of fun, what can I say? And, I guess, ultimately, the only things that really hold this back for me is the frame rate is not the best. There's some bosses that are kind of hard to hit. Some of the frickin' wing damage thing, the Monarch Dodora boss right here is a pain in the ass with a level 3 laser. They're just all those little small things that kind of hold this back from, you know, like, I want this game to have a remake. I want it to have a full HD remake with fully reconstructed graphics, some sort of remix of the music, all the graphics just touched up, all those small little aging flaws, 60 frames per second frame rate. I want that to happen. I want this to get like this game is so much fun that it just, those small things that hold it back really, I don't know where I'm going with this, but I really don't think Star Fox 64 needed a remake.
Did you jizz on my copy of Star Fox?
No.
Okay, good. The way you're talking.
Yes.
The way you're talking right now makes it seem like you did.
I mean, Star Fox 64, it was on the Virtual Console. It's really easy to get a hold of a copy of this Nintendo 64 version. But this game has never gotten any sort of re-release, ever. And I don't know if that's because of the Super FX chip being owned by some other company. I don't know if it has something to do with Argonaut software. I really don't care. The fact that Star Fox 64 got a remake and this has never gotten any sort of re-release kind of annoys me. Star Fox 64 did not need a remake. This definitely needs one. It deserves one. It deserves a chance to be played and experienced again. And, you know, that's really all I have to say about that. But, yeah, awesome game. Love it. Totally recommend it if you own a Super Nintendo.
Or if you know how to emulate.
Or, I guess. I own it, I love it, I play it all the time. Might be in my top 10 favorite games of all time. Really love this game, so... Well, alright, I'm not gonna make them sit through the credits, because I'm sure Ethan would blow a fucking gasket, but if you guys actually care...
How long are the credits?
2 minutes, probably.
Alright, see you later, guys. We're gonna cut our commentary right about now. Make sure you subscribe, and don't forget to subscribe with the side of subscribe.
Thank God that Mike Rowe doesn't come to your throats in the night.
Also, thanks. It's been fun.
We love you.
You know, the more that you tell them to subscribe, the more they're not gonna know how to spite.
Subscribe!